My daughter lost her life over a bag. Like, it's just, that can't be that serious.
Right now at 6, a mother grieving the murder of her daughter after she was killed in the Galleria area.
Houston police are searching for the killer who stabbed a 17-year-old girl to death near the Galleria this morning.
He located a black female, 17 years of age, laying on the sidewalk, apparently with stab wounds. Again, we do not yet have a motive. It came across initially as an apparent robbery, but we are not certain that that was the case.
17-year-old Kayla Nicole Stevenson was a happy, loving, outgoing, and free-spirited young girl with a beautiful smile and personality to match. Most importantly, she was a new mom to a 6-month-old baby girl and recently got engaged. Kayla was also working on her GED with aspirations of obtaining her cosmetology license and opening up her own business. She started working 2 jobs at Lids in the NBA store to ensure she was prepared to take on her new chapter of motherhood and to buy a new car. As she often did, Kayla walked to her job at the Galleria Mall because it was close to where she lived with her grandmother. Little did she know, a simple walk to work would take an unexpected turn for the worst. Just after 11 a.m. on December 9th, Houston police responded to the 5100 block of West Alabama Street near the Saks Fifth Avenue outside of Galleria Mall after residents flagged them down to report a disturbance in the street. Upon arrival, they would locate an unresponsive teenage girl lying on the sidewalk.
Into the stabbing death of a teenager outside the Galleria. It happened yesterday morning where police say the victim was walking either to or from work at the mall. Fox 26's Abigail Dye is live tonight with what we have learned. Abigail.
Tom, this is really terrifying. I mean, this area is just full of people this time of year. It's the holidays. And while police still aren't sure if this victim and suspect knew each other, this brazen stabbing naturally has a lot of shoppers on edge. A 17-year-old girl stabbed to death while walking on the sidewalk in the Galleria.
I'm a girl. I'm 21, so it's scary. Yeah. It makes me not feel safe around here.
Being by yourself, you just never know what's going to happen. I'm sure she never would have thought that would have happened to her.
Police say the teen was walking either to or from work here at the mall when a witness reported she got into a fight with another woman.
Said 2 females were fighting in the area.
That witness flagged down a sergeant. Regardless of motive, other young women who work at the mall seem to think
this could happen to anyone who's walking out of the mall, you know? It's just terrifying.
Police are still looking for this killer and urge anyone shopping this holiday season to stay extra aware.
If I do move by myself, I'm always aware of my surroundings.
Have something to defend you.
Everybody just be safe out here. It's holiday seasons. People are doing a lot of crazy stuff. So, hopefully people can stay safe this year.
The victim was identified as 17-year-old Kayla Stevenson, who was sadly pronounced dead after succumbing to multiple stab wounds, just 2 months shy of her 18th birthday. A look into the case revealed Kayla was walking to work when she was robbed and stabbed multiple times over a Juicy Couture purse recently gifted to her by her fiancé. Witnesses provided a description of the female suspect to police and told the officers she was wearing black clothing and riding a blue cruiser-style bicycle. Early in the investigation, police reported getting a tip from someone in the area about 2 women fighting over a handbag. Further investigation and tips from members of the community led police to identify 37-year-old Kaysen Sky Blossom as the suspect. Blossom allegedly robbed Kayla of her purse, which contained her wallet, phone, and keys. Kayla's mother, visibly devastated and shocked over the entire incident, says she has no words to describe the pain and emptiness she feels right now. In fact, Kayla's bank card was already being used by the time she tried to have it locked. And to add insult to injury, not only did she lose her daughter, but her granddaughter will now be in the custody of her father's parents, who reside in Florida.
We begin with the mother of a 17-year-old stabbed to death outside of the Galleria. Says that she was killed over her purse.
Such a sad story. Police say her killer is still on the loose tonight. Fox 26's Natalie He joining us live from the Galleria with her family's message. Natalie.
Well, we spoke to the victim's mother today. She tells us her daughter was a new mom. She was just about to turn 18 in February. This tragedy happening just before Christmas, and tonight her family is demanding justice.
I have no words to describe the pain and the emptiness that I feel right now.
Another act of senseless violence in the city of Houston. This time, the victim was 17-year-old Kayla Stevenson, a new mom who was getting her GED and trying to make ends meet.
She just had a baby 6 months ago, and she recently had moved with my mom over in the Galleria area so she could get a job over there. And so I would get the baby on the weekends. She had hopes, you know, of saving to get a car. She wanted to be a get a cosmetology license and do her own business.
Kayla's mother, Kylie Stevenson, says the teen started working at Lids and the NBA store inside the Galleria Mall last month. Kayla apparently walked 10 minutes to work every day. Last Saturday, detectives say Kayla was walking down West Alabama near Sage Street around 11 a.m. when a suspect on a bicycle attacked the teen and tried to steal her purse.
It was a Juicy Couture bag, like pink, hot pinkish, with rhinestones in the initials, JC, and they got into a fight. And from the fight, she ends up getting stabbed a couple times and left on the sidewalk. But somebody saw and flagged down an officer.
Kayla leaves behind her mom, two younger sisters, 13 and 14 years old, and her 6-month-old daughter, Lonnie, who will now be in her father's custody in Florida.
I lost my daughter, and now my granddaughter is going to be gone as well. So I just... that's even harder, you know, and she never will get to grow up, you know, knowing her mother.
Just 4 days after the fatal attack, Houston Police Department SWAT officers arrested Blossom without incident at her residence in the 10200 block of Beechnut Street. Initially, police were unsure if the two knew each other, but would eventually label the incident as a random robbery. A look into Blossom's past will reveal a history of violence, including assault. According to charging documents, this is not Blossom's first run-in with the law. Blossom was reportedly out on bond for an aggravated assault of a family member charge from 2021. She allegedly cut her ex-boyfriend with a knife. That case has yet to go to trial nearly 3 years later. The Harris County DA's office says Blossom first shot the ex-boyfriend with tear gas bullets before stabbing him. According to court documents, Blossom also had a taser, handcuffs, duct tape, and another knife in her purse during the alleged assault. She was released on a $10,000 personal recognizance bond. A personal recognizance bond means she was free to go and didn't need to pay any money unless she failed to appear or violated bond. Records show 14 of Blossom's court dates were reset. Eyewitness News also knew her trial date was reset 5 times. In a shocking twist, Blossom also became a self-published children's author during her 3 years out on bond. All of this could have been avoided if Blossom wasn't out on the streets. Kayla would still be here. When asked how or why Blossom was even out on bond in the first place, it was stated that there are court backlogs for high crime rates, where some of these criminals are released and reoffend. Exactly what happened in this case.
Tonight we are learning new information about the woman accused of stabbing a 17-year-old girl to death in the middle of the day at the Galleria. Fox 26's Abigail Dye dug into Kason Sky Blossom's background and criminal history for that matter, which did not start with this murder.
This murder happened while Blossom was out on a PR bond for another stabbing. That's right. She's accused of stabbing her then boyfriend back in 2021, and she got out of jail without paying a dime. Accused of murder while out on bond. Kason Sky Blossom behind bars accused of stabbing 17-year-old Kayla Stevenson to death during an attempted robbery Saturday. Police arrested Blossom Wednesday. Kayla's mom told us then how heartbroken but relieved she was.
I just pray that you honestly feel the greatest guilt ever, and that her face haunts you just as it will haunt me, because that was senseless.
According to court records, this isn't the first time Blossom has been charged in a stabbing. She was charged with aggravated assault in 2021. Records show she's accused of stabbing her then boyfriend, and police found a taser, handcuffs, duct tape, and another knife in her purse. But while the jury trial in the case got pushed back time and time again, she was released from jail without paying a dime.
She was actually given what's called a personal recognizance, a PR bond, or in our terms, a get-out-of-jail-free card.
Andy Kahn with Crime Stoppers says Senate Bill 6 passed in December of 21. It made it so judges couldn't give PR bonds to violent offenders. But Blossom was accused of this stabbing in February.
If she had committed it 8 months later, 9 months later, whatever, she would not have gotten a get-out-of-jail-free card.
Court records also state that Blossom has been self-employed as a writer for years. A quick Google search pulls up this writing profile with 2 children's books and multiple coloring books for sale, with Blossom listed as the writer and publisher. The one and only review of a book reading "Not for Kids" has a lot of questionable topics in it. Blossom's violent pending charges with the ability to walk Houston's streets freely leaves many wondering.
Did the criminal justice system also play a role in that murder by basically granting a violent offender a PR get-out-of-jail-free card and then not having a timely trial?
A GoFundMe was set up by Kayla's family for her unexpected funeral expenses and childcare expenses for her baby girl's future. 37-year-old Kayla Sky Blossom is being held without bond at the Harris County Jail and is being charged with capital murder. She was scheduled to appear in court for her capital murder charge on Thursday morning, but she did not appear due to a medical hold. ABC 13 asked the DA's office what the holdup was, and they listed a number of factors including the pandemic and an attorney change. The DA says at this point, to get this to trial, they need a mental competency report from an expert. Both of Blossom's cases are in the 230th District Court now. Their aggravated assault from February 2021 was originally in the 248th Court. The 248th has just over 1,280 cases pending. 22% are more than a year old. That is lower than the countrywide average, which is 25%. The case remains ongoing.
Stabbing a young mother to death over a purse near the Galleria Mall remains behind bars for now.
Kayla Sky Blossom was out on bond when she allegedly killed the victim. She appeared before a judge today. Michelle Choi is at the Harris County Criminal Courthouse with the latest for us tonight.
Yeah, Kayla Sky Blossom didn't get a bond today. Instead, the state filed a motion to revoke her bond tied to her initial aggravated assault charge. That bail hearing is set for later this month. Until then, we're told she will remain in jail.
Our cameras were rolling as the 37-year-old suspect was brought out handcuffed and wearing an orange jumpsuit here in the 230th this morning. Blossom is charged with capital murder. Investigators say last weekend, 17-year-old Kayla Stevenson was walking to work near the Galleria when Blossom robbed her of her purse, then stabbed her and left her to die. Prosecutors say Blossom was out on bond and awaiting trial for another stabbing back in 2021 involving her ex-boyfriend when she allegedly killed Stevenson.
It's tragic. It's a tragedy.
Chris Condon is the chief prosecutor assigned to the homicide division at the Harris County DA's office. They believe this was a random robbery and murder.
I think it's always shocking when someone is killed, but it's especially shocking when someone is killed for no apparent reason. Our hearts go out to Miss Stevenson's family. I can't imagine what they're going through, especially at the holidays right now.
We spoke to Stevenson's mother this week, who demanded justice for her daughter.
Not only did they kill her and take her purse, they took her phone, and they tried to use her bank card, after. So it's like you continued to violate her after she had died.
She went on to share Stevenson was engaged and leaves behind a 6-month-old daughter. As for the woman charged in her murder, her lawyer confirming today Blossom did have a mental health assessment and they're still waiting for the results. She also told us her client hasn't said anything about what she's accused of.
Certainly, she's in shock and she's just kind of coming to terms with where she is and how long she'll be there.